Hi, my name is Claire von Swyberg and I created the CNC goggles. Welcome to our Across the Galaxy lesson, where math, space, and fun come together. Today, our preschoolers are going on a space adventure using their very own CNC goggles. The CNC goggles are very special as it has unique touches to it, as these goggles help children see, hear, say, and learn as they explore the room around them. The goggles also talk to the children and ask super fun questions, just like, hey, can you find the round planet? How many red rockets can you see? Kids don't just watch. They have to move, they have to look around and explore, they have to speak and learn through play, through touch. And through these goggles, they will get an out of the world experience. Here is our special friend James. He is using a replica of the CNC goggles. So, this is our homemade galaxy space room. Here, we will learn about math and how it's going to work. Now, let's start our first mission. Let's start by finding some shapes. You'll notice that there are many different shapes in this picture, such as circles, triangles, stars, etc. So, the goggles will ask James, James, can you find a rocket for me? James will point at the rocket. Now, James, on the rocket, can you please find the circle? James points at the circle, and this encourages shape recognition through real world and hands-on fun. Another lesson we can do is colors of the galaxy. We can go on a color hunt. The goggles will ask, hey, can you find the blue wall? This represents the stars and the sky. Can you find the yellow moon? Can you find the astronaut? It's white. Now, let's count the planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I might have missed one, but that's okay, we're still learning. And the device will count with James. This develops early counting and number recognition, which is vitally important. Here is another example of a playroom that we created. In this playroom, we get to see and explore the sorting of data and handling. Now, let's sort out our space. It's a little crowded. So, the goggles will say, James, can you please group the planets by size? Thank you. Or, can you please find all the planets? Please could you point towards the stars? How many stars are there? This develops their early data handling skills. They also get to recognize what is big and what is small next. Now, we can explore the different sizes. James, do you think a planet is bigger than a star? Which planet is the best one? Is it Earth or the Sun? Now, children get to respond by practicing and comparing the measurements next to one another. Last but not least, this is real world learning through play. And just like that, our little astronauts have learned math through space. adventures. They didn't just sit and wander around in a classroom, but they didn't just memorize it, but they got to see, they got to move, they got to feel, they got to touch. So the See and Say goggles help make math lessons fun, active, accessible to anybody. It is also deeply encouraging. The content is super easy and interchangeable. All you need is a playroom that the children can use to explore beyond their wildest dreams. That being said, this device definitely provides a deep learning environment. As children get to see the shapes, they get to hear the name, they get to say it out loud, they get to touch it in a room where it is completely safe. For example, can you see how many circles there are as planets? Did you notice that there is a ring around the planets too? They get to touch a spaceship. They get to touch an astronaut. And this just will help them remember and understand the concept a lot better. As being said, this device promotes student engagement. As the children don't just sit still, but they learn. When they look around them, when they move, when they touch, when they feel, when they talk, they are so excited to answer simple questions. Hey teacher, look at the big moon! Hey teacher, look at the sun, it's so hot! Wow, I'm going on a spaceship and it looks like a triangle! They are all part of learning. The best part of this device is that there's praises and rewards charts that they get at the end of each session. The content is super accessible for anyone as it is easily changeable. These goggles speak clearly and they make use of pictures that kids can understand, which makes it more fun. You are also able to change the volume, the language, the brightness, and it is perfect for learners who have a form of learning difficulties, as this will adapt to each child's need and the themes will also change accordingly as it is AI generated. Learning with See and Say is super fun. It is so enjoyable. As you can see, the children wear the goggles and they're gonna go on a space adventure and they're little astronauts and the goggles get to ask super fun questions. Like I said, it is enjoyable. It is fun. The children get to learn. They get to tell us about the rewards they got. They get to go to another level. And it's not just learning, but it is a game. So it's not just a lesson, but it is a worldly encouragement to allow children to explore on a safe level. This also, my favorite part is it creates and promotes critical thinking. As children are asked questions which encourage them to think, to analyze, and this means they are working on their problem-solving skills. Can you find something smaller than the sun? Can you find something smaller than the star? Can you see what is closer to the moon? This is where they can learn to compare and decide. And this is where they start to understand explaining, which also is promoting language acquisition. That being said, this is an example of the lesson and the report that one will receive after using these classes. This is a quick example of what James received as his results.